doll or a sipar.
The BVMA, we call them bibis shields.
Bibis.
You may have heard them called buckler in the European tradition.
Yep.
These are literally, in the Persian tradition, whether they are this small or the size of those big steel ones, they're still called the separ. Like, the size doesn't change the name of them. Unlike in European tradition, this is a buckler, whereas opposed to that is a shield. And Persian and Indian tradition, these are just all shields. You would just specify, I want little one, I want big one. Yeah.
I want bibis.
Now that because of this, I am teaching from a Persian tradition. In Persia, Persian warriors did not ever just use single saber. They did not. The manuscripts, the pictorial evidences always show them with a sword and a shield. Not saying if they didn't drop their shield or for the reason of necessity they wouldn't use it single-handed, but 99% of the time you did not use a sword without a shield. You just didn't. What makes the Persian and the Indian small shields so different is their strapping. In European tradition, they have these single bar grips in the back. In Persian and Indian, they're laced like this. Can anyone tell me why this style for horseback fighting might be better?
You tighten it up.
Yeah, it can hold the reins.
Yep.
There's a bunch of other fun stuff you can do too. I'm learning how to shoot my bow. You can grip your bow in this hand. So when you
That's
shoot
awesome.
and then the other side returns fire, archers have their shield to hide behind when the other side returns fire. So the Persian shield was geared towards a multi-role use. As opposed to the European buckler, didn't see a ton of battlefield use. It could, but didn't see a ton. This was mainly for like duels. Because if you're walking around a tavern or the streets, you can hook that right to your belt and you're ready to defend yourself. These were pretty much better, more versatile use in the battlefield. This is the only current Persian shield that I have that has this strapping. So when Tal gets to use it, because Tal already loves it, you have the most authentic one.
Very cool.
On the field. This is a Generation 1 from Purple Heart Armory that I have being made. I designed this one. They didn't get the right strapping on the back, but you can still kind of perform the same tasks with it.
Can you hold both the straps at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
These big shields, they're not that far off from the Persian ones. The big Persian shields did have strapped forearms, but here they also had the leather strapping.
Okay.
So you could still shoot your damn bow with this thing and then duck down to recover fire, return fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the techniques behind the shield and then hand you off shields and you can swap between partners. We just don't have enough to do everyone gets a shield. So I'm going to use my baby for this. I'm not going to cut anybody with a sharp one, don't worry. So, for your basic stance, and we'll let you guys switch off. It's the same thing as before. You've got left foot out, left foot forward, right foot back. Except now, so it's not like before, apologies. You've got your left foot forward, right foot back. Your non-dominant hand is behind you. So your non-dominant hand is in front of you, dominant hand is behind you. And with this, you don't hold these shields straight out in front of you. They're not designed that way because of the strapping. I'll teach you how to hold them at an angle. But you've mainly got your sword tucked up right to your shield next to you. And your stances really don't differ. You can do this nice high one here, which we call it the scorpion guard. This one just looks cool. Everyone likes this one. This is just like that badass desert warrior that just go, they got the little scorpion tail, they're ready to go. You can keep it here over your shoulder, right? You got it by your hip. You can hold it point down behind you to get ready to strike. There's a lot you can do. Your strikes do not differ with the shield, except this time you have to then navigate your strikes around your shield. So if you watch me, you're going to deliver that strike, but now you're going to pull your shield in front of you and cut up here. But then the second the shield clears, put it back in front of you to protect yourself, and then you come down, pull the shield down, the shield down, right? Lower the shield for the strike here, keep it lowered, bring it back up. When you come down, keep it in front of you. When you come down, keep it in front of you. So you just have to work your sword around your shield without exposing your body. Hollywood will have you believe this is how you fight with a shield. What's the problem?
Your butt's protected.
Yeah.
Your bum.
Yeah. So there's a problem with this is that you just don't drop your shield. You have to work around it. Another general concept is that when you strike low, you protect your head simultaneously. So if you're striking low,
Okay.
cover your head. If you're going to descend to strike low, cover your head. If you're going to thrust, cover your head. That one's a really powerful one because if you can pin your opponent's shield or sword, you just pin it over your head and stab them. It's really, really fun. These are also really great in combination with those blocks, right? If someone strikes down to your head, you deliver the same parry, and now your sword is set up to strike. Persian manuscripts also talk about specifically punching with the shield. Because the way they're strapped, the way you hold on to them, they're set for really effective skeletally aligned thrusts. The European bucklers, not so good. Those are a little bit better for straight on bashing. These, because the way they're strapped to your hand, are already skeletally aligned with that punch. So when I hand you off a shield, just play around with striking around your shield. Right, play around with then pulling your shield back, forward, thrusting under it, thrusting over it. Also play around with punching with it. Feel how it feels when you punch straight on or slap someone straight on with it. Play around with that kind of stuff. And then once that's done, I'll give you a few sword and shield techniques from the back of my head. And then we will kind of demo and present those to wrap up our class. And if you want to spar, we can spar. If not, we just then keep playing with the pointies. So, all right, shield time.
Stand here.
Yeah, and go up, up.
Oh, wait. Hang
It's okay. You've got the flow down, which is good.
on. Back to down, down, horizontal, horizontal, head.
Awesome. Sweet.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay. Up, up, down, down.
Good. As you progress in this,
I don't know what to do with this.
kind of slob off.
Yes.
As you progress, what you want to see happening is you want to start with that shield in front of you.
Okay.
Right.
Yup.
And then as you cut out, then you pull the shield
Okay.
right here, bring it out, and then as you cut down, pull it back, pull it back.
Gotcha.
And now, like, you've got opportunities here to keep the shield in a protective place. If you want to cut to someone's like shoulder, like neck now, you can still bring it around. The shield's in front of you. You can go under here. You can go over here.
Okay.
Then you cut to the head. Keep your shield in front of you
Yep.
to protect your head and your hand.
Okay.
When you go low, even, you can also keep it over your head. If you strike down, keep it over your head. Bear in mind that where you're cutting too low on low lines, your head's going to now be exposed.
That makes sense.
Unless you're cutting up, it's a little less exposed. So in the gaps where your sword is behind your body, bring the shield out.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Your flow was good. Just more shield. All right. Okay, just in between cuts, when your sword goes behind your body, bring your shield out in front of you to cover the gaps. Can we tag out?
Yeah.
I'll show you. You're fine. It is confusing. Shield does add a whole new layer. So let me
No,
just.
because like I'm paying attention to like what I'm doing with one thing and not the other.
It's okay. So just watch me. You're out here. You can actually bring the shield above your head to protect your head, or you just bring it back to clear the way. And then when this comes up, bring the shield out to protect yourself again. every time the sword comes back to your body, put the shield up to protect yourself. And now when you cut to the head, you've got the shield out in front of you to protect your head. It's all a matter of filling in the spaces. Every time there's a space in front of you, whenever you don't see your sword pass in front of you, put the shield up. See, it feels good once you get the flow around it.
Yeah. It's just different. So on a thrust, would I remove to the top of my head or simply keep it forward?
I would say wherever your opponent's weapon is more likely. If they're using a shamshir against you, I would keep it more directly over your head. That's a common target.
These are flowy. They're like yoga.
If it's like a mace or a hammer or something that's going to glance off, go with that angle.
Can I try this? Oh yeah.
And you can also just throw it over
Yeah,
your head.
April,
You
you
don't
wanna
have
throw
to
one of the
duck
smaller
into it
ones?
as much. You
Okay,
can just
you hold
bring
it in
it
your
straight
hand.
over your head.
So
as
put your,
well.
I thought you put your
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you put your arms like the big ones.
It's such a graceful moving weapon when you get into it, but it's ultimately also really nasty to get cut with.
Got a satellite dish.
All right, good. Last two notes. When you come down to the head, bring your separ a little more forward. Good. So you're covering your hand, and if you miss and someone strikes to your head, you're closer to defend.
Got it.
Yeah, I like
Cover your hand
Ah.
a little forward.
I
Yeah.
like this one better.
And you come down
You wanna try
again.
the big one?
Just try to keep the shield get closer to your hand.
Got it.
That way your hand is protected
It's heavier than I thought.
and your head is protected.
Got it. So like,
This one, yeah, your arm goes through.
I don't think
Yeah.
because like I kind of have to move it back in
You
order to
can,
get the strike
but
going.
just try to get it put back into place when you get closer to your hand.
Other way. Got it. Okay.
Again, because this is a shamshir, when you cut through
Mhm.
and pull down, your hand won't be in the way. But there's a chance that something could happen where maybe there's edges, there's nicks, your sword hooks on your opponent's
Very
armor,
interesting.
and it is stuck out
I
there.
wouldn't want that on a
So in
hook.
case that sword is stuck out there, you don't want your hand lingering out there for a prolonged period of time.
See, you
Okay.
like the
If you're
big
wearing
one.
gauntlets and armor, who cares if your hand's exposed because you've got hand protection.
Right.
But if you're fighting without armor,
here's your satellite.
you gotta watch how long your hand's hanging out there. All right?
Makes sense.
Cool.